She stares at her ceiling once again.
It was really interesting. Any chance I got to be in a studio or bring a microphone onto the bus or into hotel rooms, I would try to record anything. A lot of it was just an inner look at turning 21 and stepping into my body as a woman for the first time, and sometimes the repercussions of that, my relationship with the media, going through heartbreak and then falling in love again. And I felt like the whole palette was pretty inspired by early 2000s pop music and anything I can dance and move to on tour.
Tate and I randomly met through Ryan Tedder on the last album. I helped do a lot of the finishing production on Greedy. It was really cool with this project. Tate and I started working a lot more just kind of one-on-one.
It was really cool because I feel like when Grant and I, usually we would have these planned out sessions, because obviously you have your days planned out to be okay, let's write the album, let's get the bulk of it. And then every time that Grant and I would go off, it would just be let's just experiment.
New first finalist. As the music side, for music, she began the songwriting career. She began posting songs on her YouTube channel, Create with Tate, in 2017. Her first hit song, One Day, has 40 million views on YouTube and pulled the attention of 11 record labels. In 2019, she signed with RCA, and they granted her freedom to continue progressing as a dancer while focusing on music. Although she's inspired by her mom, that's why she's a dancer. Dance is what rooted in a lot of her mental health issues. She struggled with body dysmorphia as a young girl, which is common in the dance industry. These thoughts were not solely based on how she felt about herself, but as a result of tactics by a company. They would take measurements of every single part of her body at age 9 to see if she was fit to dance and compete. McRae released her first album in 2022, I Used to Think I Could Fly.
Play into the creating process. Is the song, you're working on the song first, or are you thinking mid-song of how it's going to be performed?
Well, usually I'll hear the beat, and the drums determine a lot. Because that's a weird drum, you're going to do a weird move. You need to, it needs to be in the pocket of a dancer.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the songwriting and the lyrics, that's a different story, I think. That's where you just got to tune into your emotions. You can't really think about how you're going to dance to it.
Totally. Kind of crazy. I'm going to hit this note because I'm going to do a flip.
This move is going to look really good.
Yeah. People are, I'm sure you've seen online already, people talking about how it's some of their favorite work from you already, which is amazing. You put singles out from the album, but just going through it all, they're like, wow, this is so great. You feel that way too? It's one of your favorite bodies of work?
Yeah, I'm really proud of this album. I think it feels cohesive. I think it feels the most me coded, the most my taste of music, my favorite sound. So I hope people like it.
Oh yeah, Sports Car was the first song out. I'm sure you've been asked a million times. Are you a car person in the sense that you have a dream sports car?
I'm actually not. Ironically enough, I'm not a car person at all. I really know nothing about cars, but I do like Lamborghinis.
There we go.
Or Ferraris.
Yeah.
I don't really know the difference.
I know Ferraris. BMWs, anybody? That ring a bell?
Those, I feel like those are cool.
Name a few brands.
Yeah.
How about driving? You a road rage person?
I don't have road rage. I think I just either...
I used to think
previous albums, especially Mispossessive, because I kind of like the fact of just owning the fact of being back the fuck up from my man.
Yeah.
You don't usually want to say that, but I'm yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Well, and I also loved, can we talk Purple Lace Bra?
Okay, yeah.
Because what it means is something entirely different than what I thought it meant.
Okay, what did you think it meant?
I thought...
because it can be a couple different meanings.
I thought it was about a man. I thought it was about a man in your life. And the actual meaning of it, I think, makes it... it's besides Signs, it's my favorite song on the album, but it makes it so much... It makes it have so much more depth, your meaning of it.
Yeah.
Well...
I'll explain. It can be interpreted as a relationship as well. But I remember I was actually on vacation. Remember when I went to Bora Bora this year?
Yes.
And
right after your tour.
Yes, and I had like a week off, and I was just like writing things in my journal and reflecting on life, and I kept writing like, would you hear me more if I acted like this, or would you hear me more if I talked like this, or if I wrote like this? Feeling like sometimes I just like wasn't being like heard, and then obviously like I dropped a couple music videos, and it was just interesting. My relationship with the media this year was kind of like what this song talked about. It just kind of felt like, you know, I would feel confident one day and empowered one day and feel like in my own skin, and then it'd be completely misunderstood the next day.
Right.
And as a girl who's trying to like figure out, you know, try to feel comfortable in your skin for the first time, that's such a conflicting thing to go through. Like it would just like fuck with my head, because I'm like, okay, am I feeling confident and sexual, or am I feeling sexualized right now? I really don't know the difference.
Right.
And that was like really weird. So I think this song was kind of just like my conversation to the media, being like, I don't think you're like really listening to what I'm saying. Right. Or what I'm doing. Like, I'm at the end of the day, like, even if the video is a video, like, it's okay, I'm okay, which is a pretty crazy like art, like video, you know what I mean? Yes. It's like, for me, it was about like the art of it, like the pop of it and the culture of it. And I think sometimes like that can be just like misinterpreted a lot.
Yeah,
which
all
is
the
a frustrating thing to go through.
I know how frustrating it is for you. I see it all the time.
Yeah, and it's weird too, because like just like getting that many opinions, you know, I'm just like, some days I walk in, I'm like, oh my God, like I feel crazy.
You're also like so like their 20s is like such an age where like everyone's opinion seems like it matters. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Totally. At least that's like, I don't know if that, like, I feel like we both share that feeling where it's like everyone's opinion matters at all time. But it's so different for you, because I've always said this to you, like, as a pop star, like, you are like, it requires you to like really bare yourself, like metaphorically, like like you're like being like sexy and stuff. But no, I'm serious. When you're getting like everyone's opinions and you're like sexy and stuff, and like everyone's commenting on the video and this, that, and the third, you're like, oh my God, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Am I wrong? Like,
you're
what
so
is
right.
so funny?
No, you are right. It is like it doesn't in fact feel like that, Jake.
Yeah. Because I would know.
Yeah, you nailed it. That's exactly how it feels sometimes. But it is conflicting, because you're like, I am like me and you are, like, we are putting ourselves on display.
Not me as much as like you bear so much of your life. Right. In like music that you have to perform every single night to a bunch of different people.
Right. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes it's hard to separate like the art of it and yourself, because you feel like it's sometimes always a personal attack. Yeah. Sometimes you're just like, oh my God, am I a bad person, like, for doing this, or for like getting one hate comment? You just feel like the worst person alive. Sorry. No, and then you like, I mean, I wasn't going to really say anything else. I was just talking.
Do you ever feel like one bad comment like outweighs 1,000 good ones?
Oh, and the problem is I search for it. Like,
I know, you do.
My therapist actually told me the other day, she was like, you are addicted to like finding like the hurt in situations. She's like, you dig for it. Like, I look for it. Right. And that's so not good.
I know, but sometimes it's almost like you're like, it's like your anxiety is like telling you it's there, and your anxiety isn't going to shut up until you find it and you prove it right.
Yeah, it's very masochistic.
Yeah. What does that mean?
It's like, what is it? Like, you like love the toxicity of it. You enjoy the torture of it.
Oh. Cool.
Oh.
Sometimes I'm like, I don't know anything.
Same. I feel the same.
Okay, so can you? I'm just like, I need to go through like every song on this album.
Which we do.
It's just like we talk every single day, so it's like every question I have has been answered. You know what? I would like to talk about the leak. When that album got leaked. Yeah. Because you put so much of yourself in that for so many months. Like, take me through that night, how it went down, how you found out.
Well, I was in New York and I got a DM I was taking a bath, and I got a DM from one of my fans, and they were just like, girl, the whole album leaked. And I really was like, text my managers, I'm like, we should get on this, and I like didn't really feel like I was that affected by it until like an hour later. I was just like sobbing for 10 hours straight, because I was just like, oh my God, I didn't really realize how much I cared about this. Like, this is my whole life. These aren't just like songs.
Right.
You start to realize like there's a lot of shit that gets put into these songs and real stories. And then for it to not be delivered the way you want it to is a frustrating thing as an artist. And also because like things weren't done. It was 5 weeks until the release, which is crazy. And it kind of just like feel like you kind of just get all your bit of control of like being an artist and getting to release your craft how you want,
right,
when you want, and then it's like, oh, then it's up to you guys. It's like they fully like took that away from me, which is crazy. But I just remember I was just like at dinner that night, like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like just sobbing. And I'm like, let me just talk to my therapist real quick. I'd like walk out on the street, be like shivering. It's like so cold.
You're
I'm
a
like,
good therapist.
She's great.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's really great.
She's available low-key 24/7.
Shout out Debbie. But I was like called her, and then I came back in. I was like, I'm good now. Like I feel like a different girl. And then 30 minutes later, I'd like start crying again because there's just nothing you can do.
There's nothing, and that's the worst feeling in the entire world, when there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, and I think, especially as like someone who, what you do with like art is if something sounds off, you go in and fix it. If something is weird, you go in and fix it. And I'm very,
I think Tate McRae's sophomore album, not enough emotional depth to get people off their feet.
I could be the girl who's on display and showing off, and so that was a funny connection. I know a lot of people hated that I didn't have a sports car in the music video, but I thought it was sick.
This was like the day one bounce of the song. I think I just played this intro and everyone got really excited about it.
I know what this is.
Well, when you hear a beat like that, you're like, oh my, like me and Julie were like, ah! Just like the girls in the room were just like, oh my God, we want to go dance in a club. We want to feel hot. I love writing with females because there's no other person that can grasp the feeling that like this energy that like you don't have to say anything. The girls just know. You know how you feel when you want to go out. You know how you feel when you like feel hot for the first time and you're out with your girls. Like there's no other comparable feeling. And so when Julie and I like hear things, we either like, we want to get vulnerable and feel heartbroken, and then we heard this and we're like, we want to get nasty.
Take mine off me. Oh golly gee, I can't take no more, I'm going.
This was the original guitar that originally it was like part of the verse production. And it just kind of layered on top now to give chorus 2 a little more additional punch.
I think it was Ryan who actually came in. I think he can sometimes like do a really good girl impression. I think you know what this is. I'm like, okay, Ryan. I think we're just going back and forth for lyrics. I actually have a voice some of when I first wrote it. This might be really bad.
I think you know what this is. I think you wanna. No, you ain't got no misses. Well, if you got a sports car.
I was scrolling as we were like writing this, because I was still like figuring out what felt right. I was scrolling on Pinterest, and my Pinterest is just like heartbreak quotes and then just like vision stuff. So there's like random sports cars that sometimes like pop up, or like nice houses. I just started singing. I'm like, but you got a sports car. And then I was like, oh, this. And then we like actually started to figure out the meaning of the song and the metaphor of the song.
I think you wanna. No, you ain't got no misses. Oh, but you got a sports car.
It was really difficult for me to make this whisper sound like sexy. The tone of the whisper was like the hardest thing to track. So I was like, oh, I sound too aggressive, or I sound like I'm like angry. So it was like trying to find the perfect like soft tone of the song. And then we decided to add harmonies on the second chorus to have it build up. And I remember Ryan was just like, we need to get some like really Princey harmonies coming in on there that just feel like that tension building up, aren't like bright, happy harmonies.
No, you ain't got no misses. Oh, but you got a sports car. We can in it.
I love the pre-chorus. I think like in order to have a down chorus like this, you need a super melodic pre to make it feel like it's building up to something, and then the payoff is right. We were like very specific on these notes and making sure it felt right going into the pre.
Someone on TikTok described this song as like a kitchen sink level of percussion. And there's like so many little bits and pieces in here that I've just layered throughout, like these toms. You know, a couple layers. There's this interesting kind of loop here. There's the bass thing going bam, bam, and I also have some of I like layered myself humming like
We tried to mess around with the bass of this song so much because I at one point was wanting like just 808s because I was like, something's too aggressive. It was honestly balancing out the feminine and aggressive and like what's like the meanest mix of that. It was a lot of going back and forth of like what just like felt the best.
A lot of people have been asking about this intro, thinking that there's like a vocal just saying illegal or something in it.
Oh yeah, what is that?
I don't know what they're saying.
You live with these songs for so long that by the end you just like are doing anything to recreate that euphoric feeling that you first felt when you first heard the song. So we were just going through a million different versions of like whether we repeat the intro at the end. We thought the song was done, and then I came into the studio with Grant and I was like, I have the oh my god, you don't want to waste my time. I was like, I need something to pick up the dance.
Oh my god, you don't wanna waste my time. Let's go right.
Play it, just the vocal, and because we added in a harmony on the second half. It kind of like built it up, made it feel bigger.
Oh my god, you don't wanna waste my time.
So close thing now, so it's just a love song. Pretty catchy, but average love song in the grand scheme of things. Look, I'll say this, the album is incredible, but isn't the most groundbreaking. It's not a brat like Charlie XX. It's more of a, okay, this is a great album, the next one should be groundbreaking. It's that type of album where you enjoy, you dance, you get hit records, you make some money, and you kind of move on. Not really the most groundbreaking work ever, but she's talented, she's good, and she shows so much improvement, especially in the production side of things, and her lyricism is much better. So I'll carve some slack and say this album is a great album. Out of 10, I'll give it a 7 out of 10, but because of the lack of creativity, the music is okay, not bad. So Close to What, the Reached album, is an okay album, and yeah, hopefully the next album will be groundbreaking.
I was in the middle of the night the other night and I was like, it's Entourage!
Because Tate and I were walking down the street the other day, and I was like, what show were you telling me to watch the other day? And Tate was like,
I forgot.
we completely forgot.
Because
Entourage.
you said it was a thriller. You were like, it was a thriller, and I was like, what thriller? So I told you to watch, and then I was like, fuck, it's Entourage.
I need to watch
Have
Entourage.
you seen Entourage?
No.
Have you?
Everyone tells me to.
Guys, you have to watch Entourage.
I think I'll watch Entourage.
Sliding Doors.
90210.
Okay.
You will be down bad for 90210.
Okay.
My roommate threw away my pet hamster because she didn't like the sound of his wheel. She fully admitted to my other roommates that she did this, but is telling me he just ran away. What the fuck do I do about this?
Oh my god, I would never talk to her again.
Throwing away a pet
Are you
hamster
fucking kidding me?
is diabolical
Like,
work.
are you serious?
I
never
would-
forgive them ever, ever, ever.
I honest to God, I feel like that's not legal.
It's definitely not.
Like, if you're down, like, get animal control and law enforcement involved.
Ew, what the fuck?
This girl sounds like a psychopath.
Yeah. You stop being friends with this girl. She sucks.
Yeah, she threw away
She threw
your
away
pet
your
hamster.
I'm so sorry.
That is, oh my god, my friend threw away my hamster.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I would never speak to them again. I'd be like, wait, you actually are like a psychopath. You need help.
Be devastated.
I would send them away. I would 5150 them.
Yeah, I would definitely like.
I would be like, you're a psychopath. So I'm a friend. So I'm in a friend group that loves to go out, but I don't because I have so much anxiety and IDKY. But I feel like I'm missing out on a fun college experience. Should I just suck it up?
Oh, this is interesting because you should try and figure out why you have anxiety. Like, your friends should be the people who comfort you the most. Like,
Right.
when you're going out, you should want to. I feel like, yeah, whoever you're going out with should be like your comfort person, and you should be able to go anywhere with them.
Maybe this person is like maybe I feel like the people that this person is around wants to go out like all the time.
Right.
And maybe a part of them is like anxious that they're like, I can't commit to being like a full partier, but like I will have like my nights here and there.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just like the people that they're around. But I
don't think it affects anything. I don't really go out that much, and I have a lot of friends that do go out, and
Right.
it doesn't change anything. Yeah.
I will also say that like there was a period of my life where I wasn't going out at all because I was so anxious. And then that's all it takes is like one time where you go out and you like bite the bullet and you like, and at the end of the day, you can always go home.
Yeah, exactly.
You can always
Good
go
point.
home. You can always leave.
Yeah.
And you never know if you don't try. Like if you're in college and you're always gonna be wondering like what if, just try. And if you hate it, then be like, I was right
Totally.
and I hated it. But who knows, you might love it.
You also don't want to hit a point where you're like 5 years from now be like, oh, I wish I didn't like. I wish I did more, or I wish I went out more. I wish I experienced more. Like, it doesn't hurt to try.
And I have a friend that experienced that, and it's not a fun feeling.
No, because then you kind of miss college.
Yeah.
But you don't have to go out every night. Like, it's not a thing you have to do.
And if you're telling yourself you're only going out because you're scared, like, just go out. Try something new. That I used to have this painting in my room, and it was a pool lap. And everyone was swimming towards the finish line, but there was one person that swam outside of the lap.
Yeah.
And it was like supposed to inspire me to like step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, and be the person who takes a risk.
Yeah, and like swims out of the lap.
Yeah.
But like I think you should try to go out one night. You don't have to drink, you don't have to do anything. Just see if you like it. And if you don't, then you were right. And
yeah, just try.
just try.
You're only young once.
You are only young once. I have a clinical obsession with biting my toenails, and it's getting weird, I think. But my partner just found me doing it the other night and is more
And
weird.
it's getting weird, I think.
I think I wrote this.
You wrote this?
Well, like, that's how I speak. I'm like, I think that's weird. But my partner just found me doing it the other night and is more weirded out than he should be.
I don't think.
I don't get this one. I don't like it. What?
He's more weirded out than he should be. That is weird.
Like, is he like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean?
Biting your toenails?
Wait, oh, it's toenail? Oh, that's weird.
Or is it fingernails?
No, it's toenails. You're right. That's fucking weird. If I saw someone biting their toenails, I'd be like, you need help.
Exactly.
Fingernails is one thing. Toenails is actually disgusting.
Biting your toenails? You should stop doing that.
Yeah, and like, maybe get a pacifier.
That's
an adult
just also
pacifier.
not healthy. Like, that's not hygienic. You can't.
No, I once saw something that said biting your fingernails is equivalent to licking a toilet seat.
I saw that too.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah.
This is the last one.
I feel like I've given horrible advice.
No, we've
again.
given amazing advice and we've given real advice.
We
and
have
I'm
contradicted each other at least 3 times now.
I'm very confident in our advice.
I have given no prescriptions. I've given lousy answers.
That's not true.
And no solutions.
Sometimes life isn't about solutions.
I'm disappointed in myself.
No, sometimes life isn't about solutions. It's
Right.
just about being heard.
Yeah. Aw.
It's true.
Yeah.
So my best friend is turning too boy crazy, where all she does is talk about boys. I can be like, oh, I want ice cream. And she'll bring up a guy she's talking to, loving ice cream. Ew.
Ew.
This is my best friend ever, like future maid of honor, but sometimes I just want to be like, quit the boy talk 24/7. So if this is your best friend,
Yeah.
you can say that.
Yeah.
And if you can't say that, then this isn't your best friend.
Right. Wait, what did you just say? Sorry. Repeat that. What did you just say there?
I said she's like, my best friend won't shut the fuck up about boys. And like, this is my best friend, future maid of honor,
Yes.
like everything, this, that, and the third. But I'm scared to tell her that she needs to shut the fuck up.
You should be able to tell your best friend anything.
Right.
There's an episode of this in Sex and the City.
Prescription.
I don't know what episode it is, but there is an episode
Uh-huh.
where they talk about this. Like, they're all just talking about boys, and they realize that it's not about boys. It's about their friendship.
Period.
Yeah. I need to like rewatch the episode to
Yeah,
like really
so
get the gist of it. But
she prescribes an episode of Sex in the City.
if you watch Sex and the City, there's usually a solution for every girl situation.
You know, I've never seen Sex in the City.
You have to watch it, Jake. I wish we had more prescriptions.
Should we like go through them and see if like we can prescribe any of them?
Anything else?
Well, Means I Care was the best prescription I came up with
That
the
was
entire
good.
episode.
I wish you had more prompts. It's like 4.
I know. Should we get a few more?
Yeah.
Okay.
What time is it?
Yeah, what are we at?
Hour and 20.
Oh, whoa. I want my eyebrow pierced, but I'm worried my mom will disown me. Should I do it anyway? Oh, your cushion is off.
Oh,
I didn't see that.
shit. Okay.
I was like, something feels wrong.
Something feels wrong. Okay. Eyebrow piercing.
Like, were you nervous when you got like were you ever nervous to get like a piercing or like your tooth gem? Were you nervous that Tanya was gonna be like, what the fuck?
No, because I don't think she really cares about piercing. So, but I feel like if it was like a tattoo, I'd be nervous.
I still haven't gotten a tattoo. Have you gotten a tattoo?
No.
I'm scared.
Me too.
I'm scared of my parents.
Yeah, same actually.
I think they'll yell at me.
Yeah, I think my mom would be like, "Why would you get that?" And then I'd
Yeah.
be embarrassed.
As Kim Kardashian once said, you don't put what is it? You don't put bumper stickers on a Bentley.
Yes.
I think that this person should get an eyebrow piercing and worry about the mom later just because a piercing isn't permanent.
Exactly. You can take it out, feel good about yourself.
Yeah, keep it in for a little, figure it out.
Yeah.
Get that piercing.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong, but I just saw this question on Brett's Instagram, plus I need your take. If you had to play one song to turn a non-Swiftie into a Taylor fan, what would you play then?
Ooh, I mean, 1989 is just my shit.
That's my favorite album, too.
Like, Wildest Dreams and Style are perfect songs to me.
I saw a tweet the other day that was like, Style is the greatest pop song literally I've heard ever.
Style and Into You by Ariana are the 2 best pop songs.
Into You? You know how we feel about.
Yeah. Those 2 I think are actually perfect.
Yeah. Like, play them Style if they haven't heard it. I would play them. My favorite is The Archer.
I knew you were going to say
It's
that.
my favorite. I always play them the song that you feel most passionate about, because I think what really turns people on to Taylor Swift, but just like an artist in general, is passion.
Right.
So like if you feel passionate about something and you can talk about it, that will be attractive to someone else.
I would also play The One.
I love that song.
I love that song. When I went through a breakup, like that was the song I played on.
In conclusion, I think Tate McRae she's a great artist, a big cookie cutter. She loves her influences and she wears them on her sleeve, but she has talent and she has emotional depth in her music, which is hard to find.